If you'd like an affordable way to add a sinister look to your 9904 Mustang's front end, well then you'll want to consider adding the smoked Axial OE style headlights that we're talking about here today. Now the headlights will be sold in sets of 2, and of course will feature that dark smoked polycarbonate lens along with the black ABS housing, all for right around that $150 price point, which by the way, makes these one of the most affordable aftermarket headlight options currently on the site. So if you've been browsing for a little bit, then chances are you know the aftermarket headlight category for the new Edge Mustang in particular can get pretty wild pretty fast. So if you're the type of owner looking to change things up and maybe go with that dark aggressive look, but you really don't need the halos or fancy LEDs all over the place, well then something like the smoked options here from Axial, I would say would be a safe and subtle bet. Now the reality is that smoked or dark or murdered out look, whatever you want to call it, is one of those things that never really seems to go out of style, and I would say looks good on just about any color ride out there. Now speaking of that aggressive appearance, these lights do utilize a true smoke lens as opposed to maybe going with a black housing and a clear lens to get a similar look. Now the result with the Axials and that smoke lens is obviously much more aggressive of a look, but it does come at the cost of a little bit of your total light output at night. So with that being said, certainly not a bad idea to maybe consider upgrading to a slightly better bulb or brighter bulb when going with something like this. Now on the other hand, if you don't want to experience any negative impact to your output or nighttime visibility, well then you might want to consider one of those previous options I just talked about, using a black housing with a clear lens as opposed to something this dark and this smoked. But outside of that dark smoked appearance, there really isn't a huge departure from the OE style headlights. These still maintain the non-HID reflector style housing, and they will reuse your factory headlight and turn signal bulbs, unless of course you want to upgrade them like we just talked about. Now the housings themselves will feature the same basic overall shape and design of your factory headlight, which means there's really nothing to worry about when it comes time to the install. Simply remove the stockers, install the new Axials in reverse order, and that's pretty much it. So because of that, the site's gonna call this solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe an hour to complete from start to finish. But to give you a better idea of how the job will go down, here is an AM customer to walk you through it now.
Now that you've got the hood popped and you're ready to pull out the headlight, first thing you're gonna do is come to the headlight and find these 2 metal clips on the top. Go ahead and pull those clips straight up and out, and then set them aside for later. And at that point, you're ready to pull out the headlight. So the headlight just comes straight towards you, straight out, but be careful because on the right side, there's 2 clips, little rubber clips that push into the fender. So careful when you're pulling this out so you don't rip it all out. And just like that, it pops out. And on the back of the headlight, to take out the headlight bulb itself, the low beam, there is kind of a screw clip on the back. So go ahead and twist that counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. And then the whole headlight bulb comes out just like that. And the last bulb over here is a turn signal. So to take that out, there's a clip on the left and a clip on the right. Just go ahead and lift up a little bit and push the clips at the same time, and the clip itself will come out. At that point, you can go ahead and remove this turn signal bulb since you'll need that for the new headlights. And at that point, you're ready to install the new headlights. You can see these ones are much nicer. Obviously, they are not faded, and they're gonna look really good next to this white car. So first thing you're gonna do is on the back here, of course, take off the clip that it comes with. Take off these guys, just some covers they put on for shipping. All right, then you're ready to install the new headlights. So once you got the new headlight in your hand, first thing you're gonna wanna do is install the turn signal from the other headlight. So go ahead and find the same position that it came out, push it in, twist it clockwise until it locks, doesn't turn anymore. And then you can go ahead and connect the turn signal first. It only goes in one way, so you just find the clip there. And you're ready to install the headlight itself, so the bulb. Now this guy only goes in one way, so be cautious of that when you're putting it in. So keep spinning the headlight, the bulb itself, inside the hole until it sits flat. It may take you a minute, a couple spins around to make sure it gets in there, but the clip itself won't go on correctly until that is seated flat. Just like that. Then you can choose to use the new clip here if you want, the one that comes with it. I chose to use the one that was already on my car since it's the exact same style and it's the OEM one. I figured it might as well work just fine. So now push over the clip that I left on the car. You push it over the plastic housing and then twist it clockwise until it stops. And that's just it. So at this point, carefully push it back in where the other headlight was. Making sure to get the two clips over here on the right in first. Oh, I forgot one set. There's these little rubber covers on the outside of the clips that go into the fender. I'll show you on the other one. So these little clips right here, or these little rubber covers, make sure to take those guys off before you try to install it, or you'll run into what I did and it won't push in. Okay, so now should just clip right in. Take a look in there and make sure you're got these guys in the two holes in the fender first. There we go. We'll kind of feel them seat in there once it goes, and then that's it. So now, these clips, getting these back in afterwards is kind of a pain sometimes. So I found what a good thing to do is give it a little pressure on the front of the housing as you're pushing it in, and you'll see the black plastic on the back side push towards the inside of the car. And at that point, it gives you a little bit more leverage to get this metal clip in. There you go. So you push it in until it's seated all the way down. And there we go. So now what you're going to want to do is turn on the headlights and make sure they still work. And voila, just like that it works. Now that I've got the first headlight installed, you can see that it's obviously much darker than the other one, so it's not going to let quite as much light through. So you may need to get brighter bulbs or maybe convert to HIDs or LEDs if you want a little bit brighter spread on the bulbs afterwards. But they work great, they look great. Much better than the factory ones that didn't work. You can go ahead and ignore my fog light on the bottom. At this point, we've got one of the headlights installed. Looks fantastic. Go ahead and repeat the process for the other side. And install is done. Let's get going. This one should be pretty quick, so go ahead and take out the clips. Pull off the housing. Unspin the low beam. Take off the clip for the turn signal. And it's up. A little bit of clean like we did before, just to make sure we're good to go before we put it back together. I like to use glass cleaner because it's nice and gentle. Okay. Don't have to worry Just kind of pulling it off. Bolt covers. Same as before. Install the turn signal in there, same way that came out. Cement feels nice and tight. And go ahead and install the turn signal first. That guy in. As you can see here, I actually unplugged this one to give myself a little bit more room. You can totally do that. Just make sure that you get this plastic clip back over it before you finish so you can tighten it all the way on. Makes it a little bit easier to get the headlight in there. So I can see the correct spot. That clip over connector, and make sure those two rubber covers are over the metal inserts on the side. Two plastic clips back in. Always seated. A little bit of persuasion of my arm to get in there. Like that. Go back in. And look at that. 100 times better than before. Flip them on. So you can tell they're a little bit more dim. They look so damn good. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Just like that. Got yourself some new headlights.
So wrapping things up, guys, if you are looking to complete that dark, sinister appearance for your new Edge on a tight budget, then these smoked OE style lights from Axial would certainly be an awesome choice, and you can grab your set right here at AmericanMuscle.com.